Hey homeschool friends, welcome back to another week of summer prep. And so this week is kind of a smattering of things that I am trying to get done. The first thing I have here is I'm going to be trying to look at all the supplies I have. We actually don't need that many school supplies this year. I'm really happy. So I started making a list and I thought I should just start this week's video. As I am kind of looking through all my stuff and trying to make a list of what I need for next year. I also have some last minute purchases to share with you. Some curriculum. It's really not that big of a change. You'll see. Actually, let me just open it with you. I decided to kind of save it and open it with you guys. So I have that going on today. I have a number of other things I want to get done this week. Most of them are kind of setup stuff. Like I need to set up the IEW things. I need to make sure I'm signed up or know when I need to sign up for Nicole, the math lady again, because we're doing things a little bit differently. So I want to make sure it's not kind of rolling over, as well as just kind of a lot of odds and ends. I'm honestly not sure, but I will keep you updated. I will take you along with me as I kind of prep for the summer. Again, I do enjoy prepping homeschool stuff. I enjoy getting into the materials and seeing what it's all about. And so sometimes it takes me longer. I might be able to kind of set everything up really quick in like one weekend, but that's just not the kind of person I am. So let's just get started and get some stuff done and see where the week takes me. So I realized we don't really need that many things. Like I have like pencils, regular glue, printer paper, markers, dry erase markers, and you guys, I think that's it. I think it's all I need. I mean, lots and lots of pencils. So I think that's my supply list. Check, first thing off my list. Okay, so I just unboxed the few things that I have. Like I was saying, I picked up a couple extra things. Really, this is the big one. The week of my curriculum reveal videos, I was rethinking a bit of my daughter. So my daughter with her writing, and I still stand behind the good and the beautiful writing. I feel like it's been working for her. It's very structured. It adds really good scaffolding, which I have appreciated for her, and she's really liked. Now, I could still do that. Like I have all the resources. What I kind of ran into when I was thinking about stuff is this structure and style, year 1A, is geared for 3rd to 5th graders. And she's going to be in 4th grade. And my son's going to be doing this. And he's going to be watching the videos. And I'm like, why can't I just have them both watch the videos and then separate and work with them separately? Because I don't want any competition or comparison or anything like that. Because I feel like this program, my goal for this program is a 1 year and then move on. I mean, I could just love it and I could change my mind, and I hold all things loosely, but my plan is to try to give them good structure, to be able to organize their thoughts, to make sentences from keyword outlines, things like that, and then to take those skills and move them into more creative type work. So for instance, like maybe move them back into Sonlight. And so I feel like, why would I have my daughter miss this when she's totally capable of doing it? So I got her own student set because I thought, well, maybe I'll just copy all these pages, but honestly, it's just 10 times easier just to get her own binder, and that way she can work out of her own stuff. She can highlight what she needs to, all the things. So that was kind of a last minute switch. New curriculum, new to her, I guess. And then I did pick up another lap book for my son, for Sonlight, for HBLD. The reason is I was thinking about maybe like having them notebook or having them do something with the information they're getting from history and when we're reading aloud. And then I realized like this is exactly that. Like they take that information and then they create something. And at first I'm like, well, he's not really crafty. And she was the one that really liked all the hands-on history kits. And he was like, so, he was okay with it. But then when I opened hers and I was explaining to him what it was about, he was like, I really want to do that. And I was like, you know what? This is more learning than crafting, is what this lap book looked like to me. It's taking what they're listening to and putting it into action and just working with it more. And it's a lot of days. I mean, there's a lot of times when they're like instructed in our IG to pull out their lap book. So I was like, I'm just gonna get another. And I think in June, which I'm not sure when this video is going up, they had like a sale on that kind of stuff. So I just picked it up myself. I picked it up myself. And then I picked up a couple other things. I picked up the 5-day book for science, which is just silly, I know, because I said, like, I don't want 5-day this year. But then I saw it, and it's engineering, and it's what my kid loves. So I picked that up. And then there's actually a free presidential election and other cool facts book that just came in June. Now, in our state, Colorado, we are required every year to teach like civics, and maybe it's like government and civics, every year, which just drives me nutty because I'm like, I have 3rd graders, I have 4th graders, like we're not gonna dive into the Constitution or whatever. So I think I might use this as kind of my resource to check that box for our homeschool laws. So I was kind of happy to see that. Anyway, so that is my quick little unboxing for you guys. And I think next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up all of my IEW. I'm gonna get this book set up my son's, set up my teaching stuff, get all of our online code stuff. Maybe I'll just do all the online stuff next. That's what I'll do. I'll take you to my computer and just knock out a bunch more stuff. This is going so well today. Okay, guys. Oh, there's a glare. Okay. I'm at my desk. I'm trying to figure out a couple things. I mean, you saw this was really quick to put together. I thought it was going to take longer. Not worth the video footage, but I got that all put together. Now I have 2 student guides and I have my teacher's manual. I have all these like activation codes so that we can get our videos. And I'm just a little confused, to be honest. I'm trying to figure out how to even like get started or log on here, and I'm having a tough time. So I'm gonna keep looking at that because I would like to probably get started. I feel like I should get started on like my teacher training for the summer. It's already the 24th of June. It's the 24th of June, and I'm gonna start August 5th. August 5th is our start date, and so I need to get going on this, but I'm just not sure where to go. I feel like I've gone in orders and video streams and files. I'll figure it out, obviously, or I'll just call. I'm smarter than this. I am smarter than this. So I'm gonna get in on this, but I did figure out with Nicole the Math Lady, which this might be interesting to some of you because we renew July 28th or something like that. That's when I ordered last year. But this year I don't want the grading. I just want the basic. And so I can renew it right here. It just said to renew, and it will renew for $99, and it says I get it for 1 year, 1 month, and 13 days. So it's not like if I renew early, I don't get that full first year. This will still take me to July 28th of next year, right? So I think I'm gonna quickly do this. That way I'm set for Nicole the Math Lady. I'll have to switch over all their textbooks and stuff like that, but that shouldn't be too hard. So that's one thing checked off. Then I also I'm gonna figure out IEW. And then I just put together my Amazon cart. So maybe I'll just show you what I have. So here I picked up a lot of markers. We had some, but I feel like markers, kids just aren't very responsible. Glue. I don't know, this year my kids have been running out of glue, and I've been having to order it from Walmart, and it's just more expensive than this. So I'm just gonna order a bunch of glue. We have some printer paper, but we go through a lot. So I'm just going to order some. And then I do have some things here that like, some of these things are going to be for our trip to Montana, like our car trip. So I do a lot of these hidden pictures, but I also wanted some of these little fidgety kinds of things for reading aloud. I have some more plans for reading aloud, including some origami paper. So I also am going to order some of these puzzle books, Sudoku, as well as these nonogram puzzles. These look so fun, and I think they'll be perfect for like the car. I have my favorite pens. These are my favorite pens for sure. Some more scissors, some more markers, dry erase markers. I'm gonna try these Amazon basic pencils, you guys. This might be a bad choice. I've always done the Condorona. I can't even say it. Why can't I say it? The ones that everybody buys just because they're so good. And then I'm gonna pick up some origami paper because we have a number of like little books that show you how to fold stuff. And I think that could be really good for also during read alouds. So I like to have a lot of things. Lots of times they just draw or do whatever. A lot of times they just eat, honestly, but having some of these things will be really, really helpful. So I think this is gonna be my order, or at least I'm gonna wait just a bit to order some of this. Obviously, it's not all for school, but some of these puzzle books that we're taking on our road trip will also be useful kind of during read aloud time. So it's kind of all together. So other than one thing I did think about, I still need to get first day gifts because I like to get them like little things. Last year I got these like watercolor paint palettes. It had lots of different like watercolors, and it was really pretty, and I think I'm going to do something like that again. Like I got them all a book because that's what I always do. So I'll organize that because like I said, I have until August 5th. That's going to be our first day. That was my plan for my Amazon order. So check. I think I'm good there. Honestly, I think I'm good. I don't even need new backpacks. At first I was going to get my twins new backpacks, but they don't really care. We just use them once a week for enrichment day. And so that should be just fine. And now I'm going to probably stop the camera because you don't need to see me struggle with IEW. But I am making lots of progress, so that feels good. Good morning all. I'm back with a little bit more clean out prep for this summer. Right now I'm doing some curriculum clean out. I want to sell some old curriculum. Let me just flip you around to show you what I'm doing. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have so much out here. And I have a bunch of boxes to hopefully be able to kind of pack it up and ship it out. I just need to post it. I don't even care if I get a ton of money for it. It's taking up space. So the big one I decided I am going to sell my All About Reading. You guys, I have it like all in a binder. I have all the books, teacher's guide. I actually have 2 sets of cards because I used it at the same time for my 2 big kids, and I have the same for level 2. Here's my extra set of cards. Here's my box, all the things. I think I'm going to sell it. I'm going to let it go. I've been holding on to it because I've been feeling like, well, what if my twins or my little kids need it? But they're doing so well with Abeka. Maybe I should hold on to it for an extra year. I'm not sure. I just put it all out here because I feel like it's hard to know. Then I have this. Oh my gosh. I picked this up last year. It's the games kit from Right Start Math. I love the idea of games for math, honestly, you guys, especially since, like I've been sharing, my daughter needs some work on her facts and things like that. And so I just feel like it's silly. I just feel like it's silly to like sell that, especially since it's like, it's the whole kit. It comes with like the instructions, the abacus, which I never know quite what to do with. And then like all of the cards to play all of these games and like teach fractions and things. And I feel like it might be something good to hold on to, but I'm just not sure. And I just never reach for it or pull it out. Then I have just like a bunch of random stuff. So what I have in these 3 big stacks are kind of what I was talking about in one of my last videos, where I was talking about I don't know what to do with old Sonlight books. And so they're not all old Sonlight, but like say this stack is a lot of the level T, so 3 and 4-year-olds. And like we really loved the George and Martha book, but it's not like we're going to read it again. I feel like I'm trying to save some favorites for kind of later in life and stuff, but I don't need all of these books. Like I don't need this one, for instance. Like it was a wonderful little missionary story, but I'm not going to read it again, like to my grandkids. I might read George and Martha. Maybe I'll pull that back. But then I have this huge stack, and this is the same. This is the preschool level P, so 5, 4. And there's lots of good things, like the McCloskey book, Mike Mulligan, all of these. There's so many. It's all the different poetry and things down here. And so I don't know. I mean, we do have some books. Let me just pull you over here real quick over to our shelf because this is kind of the books I'm keeping. So I am keeping quite a few little books. We have a lot of like The Child Through Time, which was a favorite. We have a lot of classic fairy tales favorites. We're keeping like the Berenstain Bear book. And so I'm just not sure. I don't want to like sell a bunch of stuff that I might keep, but I also don't want to keep so much that it's just kind of clutter because we only have those 2 bookshelves for the kids. I also do have a whole stack that have to do with lightning literature, which I used so long ago. But there's some really good ones. I might keep this one. My kids like it. But there's others like we read once, and we're not going to reread it. It'd probably be easier to sell as a kind of stack, but I don't have everything, so it's not like I'm selling the complete curriculum, so I would be definitely selling it much, much cheaper. So, oh my gosh, I just need to pack this all up. I think I'm going to pack it all up. That's my goal for right now. So come along with me for that. And then I just have one more thing, and then I'm done for the week. And then I'm going to kind of do other things. We have other things planned for the rest of the week, but this is kind of what I want to get done for today. so I got most everything boxed up, so that's pretty good. And so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna try and post those somewhere. I'm not quite sure. Probably on Facebook, but irregardless, that project is done. All right, so I just transitioned myself to my desk. There's all my boxes of what I just created, which I'm excited about. Now I just kind of have to deal with posting and stuff, which is why I don't post my curriculum to sell, because it's just a big pain. It's a pain, but it's okay. So the last thing I want to do today and this week is, like I said, go through my Sonlight books. And so I have all the HBLD readers. So these are readers, not read alouds. And so what my plan is for this is really the first year that not that they're reading without me. Like, they've been reading some level 3 books and some level 4 books by themselves, and then I just ask them the questions and chatting with them about the books for the past year and a half. So nothing different is there. And I would pre-read those books. I didn't pre-read all of them, but my plan for going into HBLD, because now the readers tie to the history, they're a little tougher, they're not as much fun. I am doing things a little differently, or I want to. So my plan is to pre-read. I've been pre-reading some of the books, like I read this one, I'm reading this one, and what I'm doing is I'm setting things up a little differently. I'm making these little note cards and I'm putting out the assignments. Basically, I'm looking at my sheet here and I'm just writing out the assignments. That way I'm not using this as a bookmark, and I'm using this as kind of where I'm asking extra questions. So basically what I'm doing is, as I'm reading it, there's things that are striking me. Like, for instance, when this first starts, it's about this boy who kind of lives in the poorhouses in England, and then he gets put on a ship with John Smith, right? Well, we just covered world history last year, and we have like an Usborne history book that shows a picture of kind of what London looks like during kind of those 1600s. Everything's kind of packed tight. We talked about poorhouses when we did George Mueller, things like that. So I'm making notes of that to chat with my kids about, because I mean, it's not going to be in Sonlight's notes because there's not the assumption that people have always used the level prior. But since I have, and I know what my kids know, I'm just making little notes so that when we get to this here in a couple months, I won't have forgotten, and I'll be like, oh yeah, pull out Usborne history and think about maybe what it would have felt like to be this boy, Samuel, at the beginning of this book. And then there's other times when, like, there'll be like a quote or something. Like, I just read something last night where it says, it's only a matter of time before he strikes. It will be with his power, and it will be worse than fists. And I just like that quote. It's like the idea of like, well, what does that mean? How can we apply that to like present day or anything? I feel like that's fun, and I just like to be in the know, and I want to get in the habit of always pre-reading the Sonlight readers, not because I have to, not because it's all set up. It is totally set up, you guys. Like, it's open and go. Don't hear what I say and say, well, now I have to do all this stuff. I just like it. I'm a reader. I like to read. I like to have good discussions, and I think it will enrich our time together, but I don't think it's necessary. But anyway, so that's my plan, is I have this stack of books that I'm going to get through. I don't think I'm going to get through them all in my summer reading, but this is a big plan for me for kind of summertime, as well as listening to the IEW seminar, which I figured out was much, much easier than I thought. I was chatting about it in the last clip, so I figured that out. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to continue doing that. That's my plan for kind of going forward. I should be able to finish this book in the next couple days and pick up another and just knock them all out. But anyway, that's what I have for this planned prep video. I know it's not exactly organized, but I'm just kind of taking you with me. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it gives you motivation to go through stuff, to potentially sell your curriculum if you so desire. But otherwise, guys, I hope you are doing well and having a good summer. Let me know if you are. And if you get to the end of this video and you can't think of anything to comment, or you don't really want to say anything, but you want to let me know you are here, because I love knowing that you guys watch and that you're here, maybe comment an emoji. Let's do a feather. Let's do a feather emoji. And that way I just know you're here. I've been doing this more on my book channel than this channel, but I enjoy seeing that you guys are here. So I hope you all are well. I hope your summer is going amazing and you're doing whatever you need to do this summer. I know some of you school during the summer, but irregardless, I hope it's been enjoyable. And yeah, that's what I have. So give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next homeschool video. All right, take care.